Hi, I'm Heath Power, Vice President Hanko Boats, and today is a special day because I'm out here running my personal boat that I just built. The model of this hull right here is 2484 WV. It is just like my previous boat. For those who know me, I just added quite a few little upgrades and amenities as per all my friends and rodding the boat every day of little personal touches that I wanted to do. So stick with me. I'm going to take you to the front, try to be brief. Hopefully I don't miss any details. If I do, I'll catch it on the backside and with some pictures or something at the end. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm happy to show it to you. Okay, starting at the bow, this is the snub nose design, where it is, we call it a snub because we don't have a pointed snub in the front. So I have a 20-inch light bar, 10-inch light bar, 10-inch light bar. And on this model, I added 2 additional 10-inch light bars. So I have 4 10-inch light bars, the 20-inch in the front. So basically, you can see through the water. We're going to do some bow fishing and some cool stuff off of it, or just illuminate the whole area when we drive up to the camp or going down the bayou. I also have a bow guard, a Teflon bow guard. That was one of the issues I never really liked on some of our previous models. When they on the trailer, it kind of scratches up a little bit. Kind of always irritated me. Do a beautiful paint job and you get the bow roller messes it up. So I have a really cool solution to that, which we'll show you. But let's move to the inside. So 24 foot long plus the Gil Bracket makes it 26 feet overall. It is 7 foot on the bottom. It is 8'8" on the beam across the top. It has our 30-inch sides, all 3/16 hull. Beginning on the front deck here, I am standing on an 80-inch front deck, so we have 80 inches of space. Flush cleat, have the Minn Kota Altera trolling motor, that's the self-deploy and has the sonar on it. Anchor rope locker. I like really wide hatches in my boat, so the 36-inch hatch frame gives you a really big hatch. You can get in, it's really nice setup, and everything works out really good. Clearance for the trolling motor. Slam latches on everything except my rod lockers. I have gas shocks with the premium latches on top. Spot for a seat pedestal. Moving back, this is the battery compartment / collision bulkhead. So in this compartment, you can see it's really big and deep. I got one 36-volt lithium battery. I'm test running, so I threw some life jackets in there to make myself legal. Partition walls for the rod box. You can fit 8-foot rods inside of here, which we're going to get to that in a second. As you instantly notice, you can see the turf flooring. This is C-deck flooring. This is the storm gray over black. And we have the 6-inch wide rails, and I chose the black HD C-deck. This is a little more harder, robust. This is softer. I wanted this because it's softer on your feet. Most of the time you're barefoot in a boat. Got a lot of cool lights, a lot of accessories, and hopefully I don't miss anything. We have the lights on the gunnel, which I have them throughout the boat. I have lower lighting. That's the RGB light from Flashlight. Speaking of Flashlight, I'd like to thank Stephen Plash. He participated in the boat, hooked me up with some free stuff. We've been doing business for years. Great guy, great product. We use them in a lot of our boats. Moving back, it's a self-bailing front. So we have the front deck. You can see the rod locker / storage. Stepping down to this level, have a 100-gallon tank inside the hull. So all the water comes down and it runs out. So it's self-bailing in the front deck. It's really nice. You can keep all your fish mess slime up here. You don't have to bring it to the cockpit, which we're going to get to in a second. On the rails, I always like cup holders on my boats. Wherever you're sitting, you're going to need a spot for your drink, but it's also a rod holder so you can stick a pole. It has internal drains on everything. On the cleats, there's a rubber hose system that tees together and drains out into the self-bailing floor. Real cool setup. Gas fill is located on the side. So this is the gas fill. We always put a spill rod to keep the gas outside the boat in case you do spill it. That does happen. Okay, I don't have any rods in because I'm on a test run. You can see I got the pedal for my trolling motor. We have C-deck in the inside and a partition cut out. Same thing over here. You can see basically ransacked some stuff through it in the boat and took off. But anyway, this is a whole nother locker that goes all the way up. You can fit 8-foot rods, gas shocks, nice setup. Okay, going back to the C-deck on the floor here. If you can zoom in right here and see this, this was a cool design where it has our emblem that runs through the boat. I incorporated that in. I kind of, building a boat for myself, I kind of struggled a little bit because I could do anything I wanted. A little analysis paralysis, but this is what I come up with. This is what I like, my personal touch. Okay, facing the walk-through windshield cockpit area. As you can see, we have the full windshield, which we call our walk-through windshield, with the canvas top. All of this zips up. So I have clear in the front, have tinted on the sides and the back, knocks the heat down a little bit. You have 6'4" clearance from the floor to the top of the top. That's one of our standards. If you taller guys, we'll go a little more. But it does step down. So you can see it steps down in here. So we have a self-bailing front. There's a trough which drains out this holes on the side. So coming down to the inside, it's pretty neat because you have a lot of options at the top. So with the driver here, this stays buttoned and closed. And you can roll up the whole front. I personally do a lot of riding at night and after work. I like the ability to get airflow through here, but when the rain comes, I can drop it. It's really cool. So you can close the doors, gaskets, everything's really smooth. Closing the doors. This drops, this will come up. Guess you gotta get the point. But continuing on to the back, a bunch of stuff missed. You can see the antenna for the trolling motor, the Garmin, the satellite with the satellite radio weather. Let's move to the back inside. You can see how it steps down. Full width bench seat. We have the backrest. Put a little style on this one. I put a couple stripes, you know, just to break it up. I didn't want any crazy X patterns, everything. I like the lines to kind of be clean and simple. You know, I'm in my upper 40s. But anyway, moving around, Colin, once you get on this side right here, and I'll just kind of talk about the console. So you can see there's speakers everywhere and a lot of cool stuff. With our full windshield, we put the bond molding rod around everything, so everything is really smooth on all your edges, coming down, all the shelving. On top of the consoles, I have a helm pad, which you can, I'll show right here. It has a cut-in lip, so you can put your cell phone. It keeps everything from falling off. But since I'm a boat builder, boat owner, and I know what I like, when you rinse the boat out, you want everything to drain. You don't want water pockets in the boat because you want to keep your stuff clean. So this is a really good solution. On a lot of boats, we'll have the cup holders up here. You can see right here, I have a cup holder for the driver, passenger. Back to the console, we have really nice handrails, so you got places to grab throughout the boat. That's an important feature to have in a boat. Now my console right here is, this is custom. We do this on premium boats. So this is painted, all engraved on our CNC. So I have a 12-inch all-in-one Garmin. So it's GPS, sonar, satellite radio, hooks to the Fusion, hooks to the outboard motor. Really cool setup. The Fusion radio, so I have the Fusion radio head unit, which is, you know, Fusion and Garmin are same company. They're combined now. Under here, this is pretty cool. My last boat I had one. Now I have two. So I doubled the stereo power just to do it, really. So that is two 10-inch subwoofers in what's called a bandpass box. So there's a large 10-inch speaker in here, and the bass comes out. It sounds really, really clean. And as you can see, I have the C-deck around everything because I really don't like rattles and squeaks in a boat. That's a thing on aluminum boats. Back to the console. So we have hydraulic steering. It has power steering. This has the new Suzuki 300, which has the integrated steering built into the motor. So it doesn't have the Teleflex cylinder. It's built into the engine, but it's using the Teleflex or Dometic. I'm going back in time. Dometic helm with the power pump back there. Blinker switch for the jack plate. I use the C-Star Extreme jack plate. Great product, really robust for 300. Trim tabs, nav lights, have the premium nav lights in the hull, stern light. Speakers, which have speaker lights. They're all independently controlled. That's all from Flashlight. There's control modules mounted under the dash that I'll show you, which you can control by Bluetooth, so you can make them do all kind of stuff, go with the beat of the music. Really cool. Just going down the list, all of my big personal boats, since I leave them in the water for a week at a time and use them a lot, I always have 2 bilge pumps. Bilge pump 1, bilge pump 2, just as a backup. Now this boat really doesn't need a bilge pump except for the area we're in right now. It's the lowest point. This would go to the bilge. The back deck area, we have pipes welded and all the hatches, everything just drains overboard. But I still always have 2 bilge pumps myself. Electronics, GPS, it has the VHF. Basically we have all that on one switch. USB. Paul and my friends and everybody that rides around with me in boats, they all complain that I don't have enough cell phone chargers. Well, I solved that problem once and for all. I have a USB on the driver's side, USB on the passenger side, under here, under the back. I have shelves on the side. This was something I did different. This is nice because when you get in the boat, your keys, wallet, cell phone, all your little knick-knack stuff, you don't really want to get up and put them in a bench, so you just kind of have a tray to put everything in. So I have this on each side, and I have shelves under the console, and I have an extension right here. The seat I'm sitting in, this is a Tempest seat. We use these a lot. It has a seat slider set up, and it has the Wave Pro, the 14-inch Wave Pro shock absorber. So when I sit in it and I'm riding in it, it absorbs the shock. That's a Cadillac. I mean, you don't feel in. It really makes the boat comfortable. If you're older with a bad back, this is a 100% must. They make several different seat shock absorbers. This is one more of an economical one. It's a really good product. Recommend it. We've done several of them. Windshield wiper, windshield wiper. So one of my friends that goes with me all the time always complains that I have the control of his windshield wiper. I call that the Greg feature. He's got his own windshield wiper. But the same thing on the passenger console. I have the helm pad that comes down really deep with the drain, so this guy can put his stuff in and don't just fall off. I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff in the glove box here, but this is a full deep box. You can see I got a bunch of random stuff thrown in there, but it's really deep. You pretty much organize stuff in little plastic bins, and you can keep everything you really want to get to in the boat. Everything has gaskets. The stereo system's so loud that I really over gasket and make sure nothing rattled in the boat, including the cleats. I put little rubber pads underneath the flush cleats because I found that to be rattling when you crank it up. Couldn't handle that. Anyway, back to the inside right here. On the side panels, these zip up so you can get airflow. This is really nice. Or you can zip them down. When it's pouring rain in a thunderstorm, you are completely dry. So from this point, I'm going to turn around and we're going to go towards the back deck. Okay, now let's move back and speed it up a little bit because I can overtalk. Back to the bench real quick. We have 3 cushions, 1, 2, 3. Under this cushion, I have C-deck padding just like the floor. This can come off. So me and the guys are fishing in the boat. I'm not going to have this cushion on here. A lot of boats, we don't even put it. Test running the boat. You can see this is a really large bench seat. Full storage. And I got the stern light stored clip underneath here. The bench comes down to make this an easier step. So here we are on the back deck. So on this back deck, you have 4 feet of space from here to the top of here. This is all dry storage. So you have dry storage, and a huge battery electronic compartment. This is what I want to show you. Okay. We call it the Slam Latch. That is great, so lids don't hit you in the head. I'm not a fan of them gas shocks because eventually you have to change them. What you're looking at right here is I have 3 batteries. I have 2 for the house, 2 paralleled with an isolator system, and I have 1 designated for the engine. Power steering. This is our ACR, the charging relay / battery chargers, all in one by Blue Sea. We use a lot of Blue Sea products. They have some really great stuff. You can see the bus bars and the wiring's all really neat. And we have breakers for everything. Everything's on a actual reset breaker. So when you use a boat like this, you're just going to click it to on. If you have a dead battery problem, emergency situation, you can combine it. Very rare. Fuel system comes up. You can see we have the Raycor with the bowl. You can see my 2 bilge pumps from the washing the boat. I have water in the bilge from inside the cockpit here. And I have storage on this side and that side. So we're going to speed it up. That way it's not a 20-minute video. Now, you got to have something in the boat for everybody. So a ski pole goes in here. I don't have it with me right now, but we do them all the time. The pole comes in here, and I have it where it comes really high. That way it clears both of the talons and the motor. And it has a cable that comes back and hooks to here. And we have a turnbuckle. It's really simple. You pop it in, put it right there, and you tighten it up with the wire. It works really good. Pull the kids on the tube. For fishing, I have 8 built-in rod holders. That's on the outside. They drain outside the hull, not inside the hull. A lot of builders put them right here and just have it going right down into the inside of the boat. Dry storage is supposed to be dry storage. So now I'm on our Gil Bracket. This is low profile to the water. You can see the 350, the Seastar Extreme jack plate, which has the really 2 heavy-duty rams on it, holds that 350 horsepower really well. The 10-foot talons with the brackets were actually stabbed up on side of a bayou right now. This is another feature that we're doing now, and it's going to be standard. The deck plates we make on our boat, we're no longer using the plastic or screw type deck plates. They all end up leaking and become a consumable product. So we CNC cut and we make a flange that we weld, and then we put it on top to keep the water out of it, and we can 100% seal, pressure test it, and be done. Most of the leaks and problems you have are going to come from motor bolts all the time and deck plates. So we wanted to eliminate that as much as possible. The ladder, you can fold the folding ladder down. Get up from the boat. You got handles on the back, and you also have your regular eyelets. This is where the stern light goes, and I did this on every one. Premium boats, we always weld a flange to keep everything up, so you don't have water oozing in to a accessory where it's just all coming down. Eventually that stuff starts to leak. When we say dry, we want it to be dry. You can see we have the cockpit lights. Looking over the top, nice umbrella fabric. We have a local guy that does all our tops, A1 Canvas. Mr. Hansel's been doing our tops for over 40 years. Really good at what he does, him and his grandson. Anybody needs a top or upholstery, A1 Canvas, that's your place. That's pretty much it. The interior paint is called software. I'm going to show some shots on the trailer and do some cut-ins later. But the bottom is 3 colors paint, so colors of paint. You have the bottom, which is called Cyberspace. This middle stripe of the boat is called Web Gray, and the inside is software. That's Sherwin-Williams-based colors. I didn't make up the names. I kind of thought they were a little goofy, but I do like the color, and I think you're going to like it too when you see the exterior of the boat. From here, we're going to run it down the bayou, trim it out, show you what it does, and I'll fill in all the detail gaps that I missed on the back end of the video. For the guys that have been waiting to see this video, here it is. I kind of rushed through it because you keep asking and asking, and hope you like it. I probably could have did better if it wasn't rushed, but I blame that on you for pressing me. But anyway, thanks again. Subscribe. I'll be posting more boats. I got about 4 or 5 other ones I need to film that I'm really behind on, but bear with me. I'm a boat builder first and foremost, and I got to get all the work done, and this comes after hours when I have a chance. But thank you, and for my customers, appreciate your business.